Donald Trump's rudeness to John McCain shows how small and unpresidential he is. Donald Trump used the excuse of bone spurs in his heels to avoid being drafted into the Vietnam War. The late John McCain volunteered to go and spent years being tortured as a POW. One was a patriotic American hero. The other is small and mean. Ask yourself this: could the current President of the United States possibly survive 5.5 years of beatings and torture in a dirty, dark cell in a Vietnamese prison? Could the man in the Oval Office who constantly brags about himself and is trying to tear down the American rule of law to protect himself from Robert Mueller's investigation, ever put the lives and well-being of others first? John McCain did. After he joined the Navy and was shot down and captured by the Vietnamese in 1967, he refused a unique offer of release from his hellish prison after a year of incarceration, because his father was the commander of U.S. forces in the Pacific. McCain, despite his dire circumstances, was so selfless that he refused this special treatment, until all the other American prisoners of war, who had been captured before him, were released first. Can you imagine Donald Trump ever behaving this way? Based solely on his Vietnam service and honorable behavior during imprisonment, John McCain was a true, patriotic American hero. In contrast, Donald Trump, instead of ever being imprisoned, has locked up and continues to lock up little migrant children and babies, who he has separated from their parents. Now, even after John McCain has passed away at 81, after a hard-fought battle against brain cancer, Donald Trump has continued to diss the long-serving Republican senator. Trump first mocked John McCain when he was on the presidential campaign trail, saying, "He's not a war hero. He was a war hero because he was captured. I like people who weren't captured." This, from the man who sat out the Vietnam War playing football, tennis and squash. That initial Trump attack was set off by John McCain, who had long supported comprehensive immigration reform, slamming Trump's campaign attacks on Mexicans as rapists and criminals, and his demand to build a wall along the Mexican border. McCain denounced Trump's bigoted insults and wall plan for firing up the crazies. The feud escalated throughout Trump's presidency. Despite McCain's 36 years of service representing Arizona in the House of Representatives and then in the Senate, vindictive Donald Trump repeatedly mocked the senator as he battled for his life in the past year. He couldn't get over his fury with McCain for casting the decisive no vote against killing Obamacare. McCain refused to take healthcare away from millions, and the president has been enraged ever since. Trump childishly mocked McCain's infamous thumbs down sign on the Obamacare repeal at multiple rallies of his loyal supporters. After McCain's sad death on August 25, heartless Trump refused to issue a presidential statement honoring the accomplishments of this dedicated public servant, despite the pleas of the White House aides, according to the Washington Post, instead posting a terse tweet,